Good one, Sarah. My name is Carmen, and today we have a reading for you about your intuition cluing you into somebody in a dramatic or complicated or frustrating situation. This could be a coworker, a family member, a friend, or your partner. But you're picking up on signals, or you're starting to kind of realize that there's something that has happened for or to somebody that you care deeply for. And I don't know that they're going to straight up ask you for help, but we do have sharing burdens asking for help. So perhaps they ask you for help. It may be that they need to hear something about what you've been through, or they might need to not be asked directly. But I think you have an opportunity to make somebody's life a little bit easier or share insights from something that you've been through in your past that they may be going through right now. So let's call in spirit with a little bit of Wing Chun Chun. And I hope you're having a wonderful day so far. If you're interested in a personal reading, I would love to do one for you. My email address is wickedwandstarot@gmail.com, and you can find that in the description box, along with more information on how to become a member and also how to get one of my homemade soy candles. All right, we're going to dive in. We're going to start with the Prisma Visions. What else do we have? Three of Chalices or Three of Cups. Queen of Wands in the reverse. Five of Wands in the reverse. Yeah. I think this is a friend. Again, take it how it resonates. It's a general reading, so it's somebody that you care about, somebody that you want to be happy, whether it's romantic or not. There's some insecurity or some frustrations, maybe even a sense of it feels like I failed something, or it feels like, I should have known better. I think this is someone who's stuck in their head a little bit right now and being overly harsh on themselves, and they could use a friend. Hello, Mr. Rogers. How are you doing? Strength. Six of Swords in the reverse. Queen of Cups or Queen of Chalices in the reverse. And the Page of Swords in the reverse. You are coming through as strength. You may have Leo in your chart, or you might just be pretty awesome. I think you have had some similar experience dealing with a setback or a frustrating encounter or a person that lied to you. Whatever this person is going through, you have some insight or advice because you've gone through something similar. And with the Page of Swords being in the reverse, I do feel like whoever I'm reading for, initially your thought is like, I don't know if I should talk to this person, or I don't know if they would like take it as an insult, or I don't know if I really want to like talk about my story. And then I think over, a few hours, few days, whatever it is, it's like, but if I were in that situation and someone could give me advice, I would want that. So they end up deciding I'm going to share my story. Hello, G Majors. How are you doing? Hello, Dracula. Exactly. Hello, CTF. How are you doing? So we have the Ace of Swords in the reverse. A star. I love this illustration. Isn't that beautiful? And the Nine of Wands in the reverse. They're feeling vulnerable. They're feeling like things did not go the way they expected, or that somebody had lied to them. It's like, oh yeah, no, you can go do that thing. There's no risk or there's no problem there. And then they get hit with like a fine, like, oh, congratulations. Now you know you owe $500. I was at a doctor's appointment once and my doctor said, hey, you want me to remove that mole for you? And I was like, okay, sure, why not? And then like after she messed it up, after she did it, she's like, oh yeah, it's gonna cost you $500. No, she didn't even tell me. I literally just got the bill and I was like, So now I feel like that would have been helpful information when you asked me if I wanted to do that thing. Hello, Rooster. How are you doing? Hello, J7. You all right? Not sure why you put that, but I'm deleting it. What else? Wheel of Fortune in the reverse. Magician in the reverse. Knight of Cups in the reverse. Judgment in the reverse. I feel this is someone in your life who has been given bad advice or bad direction, influenced in a negative way, or even like manipulated by a family member or a partner of theirs. And they need a friend. They need someone to help them work through what's going on, forgive themselves, right? Because I think they're being a little bit overly harsh. And then like help them understand what those next steps are. And I feel like you're the right person to be able to do that if this reading is for you. No, what do we want? We want the Blood Moon Tarot. That's what we want. What else do we have? Hello, Paranoid. How are you doing? I'm originally from Minneapolis, so while we are different states, I have a deep love for Wisconsin because I have a deep appreciation for cheese. And let me tell you, since moving to Tennessee, one of the like saddest things about it, I cannot find fresh cheese curds like anywhere. I struggle to even find like deep fried ones. I know y'all are like, Carmen, this is about us, not you. What are you talking about cheese and like sadness for? The other day I got cheese curds from Culver's, even though they're literally like my least favorite cheese curds in the whole world. But they're cheese curds, so I went for them anyways. Hello, Terry. How are you doing? Thank you, CTF. I appreciate that. Hello, Wary. How are you doing? Hello, Carrie. I love this. Okay, so we have Terry, Wary, and Carrie. Did y'all plan that? Do we have any Harry or Larry? Maybe somebody with Perry? Come on down. Make a comment. We got the Six of Honey or the Six of Pentacles in the reverse, which is a card that talks about loss, and the Seven of Songs or the Seven of Cups. This is someone who has experienced loss. Maybe they've had to go through a breakup. Maybe they are grieving someone. Maybe they got laid off. But the Seven of Cups tells us that this person is trying to wear a mask or is trying to keep their upset energy or their disappointment cloaked. They don't want other people to notice it. That's why your intuition comes in handy, right? I think you can tell when somebody is upset, even when they're trying to, you know, leverage the poker face. Yes, squeaky cheese. Exactly. I'm scary. Barry and Sherry and Jerry. Yes, these are all things that would work. Which then just makes me think of Scary Terry. Rick and Morty. You can run, but you can't hide. Four of Dreams. I mean, if I was gonna try to hide from something, this might be one of those times where I feel like I need to hide. I don't even know what that is. Arms? Hands? But no rest of the body? Okay. Ace of Pentacles or Ace of Honey in the reverse. And the Page of Honey or the Page of Pentacles in the reverse. I invested in something and it didn't pay off. Or I spent all these years working on a relationship or building a life with this person only for them to walk away or like ruin it in 30 seconds. This is not just like somebody smudged my Pumas. It's It's like breaking this person's heart, but they don't feel like they can talk about it. Ace of Songs or Ace of Cups and the Page of Skins or Page of Wands. I have to keep this to myself. I don't know if other people would understand, or I don't know if other people would take it seriously. So they're suffering in silence, and I think you can tell that something is going on with this friend, or maybe it's your partner, and you ask, like, do you wanna talk about it? Y'all are funny. Hello, third eye. How are you doing? Do you hear that, Carrie? That's funny. So we've got Four of Songs or the Four of Cups in the reverse, Five of Honey or Five of Pentacles, and the King of Dreams or King of Cups. The person who needs your assistance, or the person who's having a pretty rough go of it, someone who should have rejected something, but they did not. So if you, I don't know, get called by a coworker who asks you to come into work because they're not feeling well, and then you realize, oops, I agreed to do that, but, I'd already made plans with my family, or crap, I, need to take my cat into the vet. There's something here where it's like, I felt obligation, or I felt like I didn't really have a choice, but I did have a choice. I didn't have to accept this thing, or I didn't have to do this. I didn't have to move in, or I didn't have to get married to someone, or I didn't have to agree to help them move. And whatever they agreed to do, it's turned out it's a loss. This Queen of Wands in the reverse is upset or distraught because they were told something by a very dishonest person and they believed it. Now they feel foolish. Now they're realizing they have to start over, or whatever they thought they had been able to do, it didn't really work out that way. I have a ton of candles lit, and yeah, we need another one. I guess it is maybe because it's nighttime. I don't usually read for you all this late. It's like past my bedtime, you guys. It might be. Hello, Aya, how are you doing? No, King of Dreams. Boop, boop. And the King of Dreams, by the way, is the King of Swords. So something that somebody said, it's like, it's coming through as manipulative. They pushed someone into a relationship too soon, or they made someone agree to help them move because, you owe me one. I don't know. There's something here where it's like, I shouldn't have done that, but I did. And as a result, like, I lost something, or something got worse. Two of Honey or Two of Pentacles, the Nine of Honey in the reverse, and the Ten of Songs or the Ten of Cups in the reverse. For some of you, this could be a person who cheated. For some of you, this is a person who made a really poor financial decision, and now they're freaking out because they can't pay their rent or their mortgage or their car note. This is someone who was a bit naive while assessing the information or reviewing their options, and they made a not so great choice. This is the Beginner's Tarot. I mean, it's real close, Hello, Donnie. How are you doing? Third eye, what are you asking? I think a lot of people like to talk about broken hearts, but you're asking if it's a song? I would guess that's probably one of the more popular themes. At least for Taylor Swift. Eight of Wands in the reverse. Strength. Okay, so the number 8 is important. Two of Wands and the Seven of Swords. I lied and I didn't want to tell anyone about it, or I made this mistake and I was embarrassed, so I tried to cover it up, or I hid it. I don't want to talk to anybody about this problem because it makes me feel really bad about myself. So that's why they don't want to ask for help. They're like, no, everything's fine. Just leave me alone. But it's really not. Hey, Matt, how are you doing? I would say Ghost Toast, great name by the way, that yes, I think there can be some clarity uncovered for that. Ghost Toast, if this is your first time visiting the channel, welcome. I do general readings for about 30 to 35 minutes, and then I take personal questions at about that 35-minute mark with priority to those who tip or donate memberships. Wow, you biked in the snow? I can think of about 8 different ways I would mess that up. I'm proud of you. Good work. I love that we have the Nine of Pentacles and the upright because it's literally clarifying the same card that was in the reverse, the Nine of Honey. So this means we have somebody who was initially kind of like avoiding their intuition, or, oh, I'm going to dismiss that. That's not that big of a deal. Everything's fine. And I think this is about you. I think this is you, whether or not you're realizing or like observing what this person's going through, or sometimes I think we view it as too risky to talk to somebody who's going through something really difficult. Sometimes I think we have people who are too scared they're going to say something wrong, so they say nothing at all. If you've got a best friend who has a cat die and you don't know how to talk to them through that, isn't it worse to say nothing at all? Probably. I mean, I guess it depends on what you actually say. But I'm going to tell you, like, this situation could get like worse or be exacerbated if whoever you are, if you ignore this pull to go see if your friend's okay, or if you ignore this pull to like ask if your spouse is doing all right. There's an issue there, you know? And can't really call yourself a friend or a good partner if you're okay with just kind of like ignoring. So I think that's the temptation here. And I know we've all been there, right? Something difficult happens in your life and it feels like no one actually cares. I remember an acquaintance of mine, because literally I'd spent very little time with her, but she got into a really bad car accident. It broke my heart because I knew she was a very independent person. She liked to, you know, go on adventures, and here she was just kind of like unable to go out, right? And I would check on her, and it's always stuck with me how grateful she was, you know, like I've had friends for years and they're ignoring me right now because they don't know what to say, and here you hardly know me doll and you're like checking in with me and it means a lot. So however long you've known this person, you have a heart of gold, and I see you realizing this person needs someone to talk to. Whether you've known them for 5 weeks or 5 years, you have insight for this person because of what you've been through. Oh, I'm so sorry you lost your cat, J7. Hey, Finn. I'm sorry that you want to use your religion to judge people. I'm pretty sure your religion tells you not to judge people. Is it judge not yet you be judged? I think it's something along those lines. Do you guys know for sure? So I've hidden you from my channel. It's pretty clear. It's not what you want. Or 24 hours. 24 hours. If you want to come back tomorrow, Finn, you might find that there are some really interesting people in the live chat. You might also notice that I have a cross here. We get gifts from God. Okay, homie? So we're supposed to use them. Anyways, I encourage you, Finn, to be more open-minded. You never know who you're going to meet. You might learn some really incredible things from people who have different beliefs from you. If we just sequester ourselves to people who think the exact same way, it's kind of boring, don't you think? Yes, I think that's true, third eye. In fact, I know it's true. So we've got the World, the Four of Cups, and the Five of Cups in the reverse. They feel like everything's like falling apart. But you can give this person hope. The Five of Cups is in the reverse because you can help them avoid being stuck. You can show them that you've been through something similar, or point out some programs that would be useful. I think you give this person something to think about that brings back the faith or hope that they have that they can figure it out. Yeah, and we grieve differently. We're not all going to do the same thing when we're processing those emotions. Some people need to be cheered up or want to have that humor, and other people are like, could you just like not be funny right now? I struggle with that, just funny all the time. So if somebody's having a rough day, I'm like, sorry, time to be like chill or like quiet, because I just want to make puns all day. The first thing I read is low quality. My spirit guides are calling me out like, Carmen, we'd really appreciate it if you could like, I don't know, like work on those puns a little bit. Like the bar's kind of low. Mediocrity. Sorry, it's not about me. This person who needs your shoulder to cry on, or needs a good friend, or needs you to anticipate maybe what it is that they need. This is someone who feels like they messed it up. This is someone who feels like, I didn't do it right. I failed, and I'm embarrassed, or I'm ashamed. There could be multiple people involved in this, or it could just be them, but they feel like they're the one who caused the most issues. Hello, Marat. How are you doing? Yeah, good for you, Matt. It's good to be patient with those kind of things, right? Hello, Enoch. How are you doing? I was just talking about Vegas. I was talking about my favorite taco place there. Tacos El Gordo. But if you're going there, don't park in the Walgreens across the street. You will get towed. They have signs, okay? We probably should have looked at those signs, but we did not. Eight of Cups, Four of Pentacles, and the Knight of Pentacles. You offer advice that enables this person to create stability or to reclaim the power that they have. Because right now, they're like lost. They don't really know what they're supposed to do, and they're feeling hopeless, even though there is something that they can do, right? You're right, Matt. I usually just ask what people's preference is, and maybe you don't know, but if you're going through a rough time, generally I'm just going to be like, look, sometimes I'm obnoxious when I'm trying to cheer someone up. You just got to tell me and I will stop. Or, like if you want me to just sit here and listen, I'm happy to do that for you. If you want me to distract you and talk about other things, we can do that too. Just ask them, right? But generally speaking, I am that obnoxious friend who's like, hey, sorry you're having a bad day, so I'm gonna make a bunch of really stupid jokes. Or like, I don't know, walk into the door so you can be like, judging me? I just want to make you laugh. And I think you are able to provide grounded energy or advice, something constructive for this person, and that calms them down, right? Hello, One Big, how are you doing? Yeah, I totally agree, third eye. Ooh, Enoch agrees with me. I appreciate that. I have to imagine your opinion matters more than mine because I think I've been to Vegas like maybe 5 times. And then also isn't there like Roberto's? I feel like that was pretty good too. And where he talks about going to Vegas and spending like $300 on Wagyu beef, and I'm over here like, I'm gonna go to Tacos El Gordo and spend like $8, and it'll be delicious. Hello, Kevin. How are you doing? Yes, exactly. This is the Gothic Tarot. Judgment. And the Eight of Wands. Three of Pentacles in the reverse. And Justice. You are able to help this person forgive themselves or see the reality of the situation. There's something that's been skewed in their perception. They may be unfair in their assessment of themselves or unnecessarily harsh, or they may be assuming the worst of another person. And I think you are able to, kind of like walk them through assessment of the situation so that they can be a little bit more honest with themselves about what's really going on. Yeah. Hey, Wolfsman, if you'd like to contribute to the live chat without it being religious text, that would be great. Otherwise, we might have to ask you to park it outside the door, What else? The Ace of Wands in the reverse and the Nine of Cups in the reverse. For some of you, this friend or, I don't know, it could be a family member, you might look at the situation and be like, I don't know if I should ask them if they're okay, or I don't know if I should like bring this subject up because, they've got that best friend or they've got a really close brother that they usually ask for advice. It's like you're wondering whether or not it would be welcome or whether or not someone would look at you like, come on, just like leave me alone. I think this person would be grateful because I think the way you approach it is respectful. It's not like, hey, it looks like you're really messing up over there. Here's what I did to not look so stupid. I don't think you're going to do something to make them feel worse than they already do. I think you're all about like, hey, don't be so harsh on yourself. It happens to the best of us. In fact, it happened to me too. And here's what I did, or here's how I handled it. I don't even know. Do I even say anything? Clip, grow up. I want a chalupa. That's funny. Dwayne, you've been on my live chat far too many times to be calling me sweetheart. You must have missed me today when I was yelling at people. So, Dwayne, you call me Carmen. Or nothing at all. You are very welcome here, but you know the rules. This is the OG, the Rider-Waite. And Matt, for a very long time, I would say whoop whoop without realizing that that was associated. Well, Dwayne, if you can't help but call me sweetheart, that leads to you getting blocked on my channel. I bet you can figure out how to stop calling me. Bro, do not gaslight me and pretend that that's being respectful. If somebody tells you they don't want to be called something and you persist in calling them that, how are you viewing that as being respectful? It's not respectful. Call me Carmen. Emperor in the reverse, Sun in the reverse, and the King of Cups in the reverse. I think you may even catch this person crying, or you catch a really upset face, right? You can just tell that something is wrong, And if you ask if they need something, I'm not convinced that they would tell you. I'm not sure that they would be like, hey, you know what? Like, the truth is, I'm really going through it right now and I could use a friend. I think they're really trying to handle this on their own, and it's going to be potentially problematic for them because it's like they don't really understand how to handle or process this. And here's you with the Six of Pentacles saying, I can tell that you're in a difficult spot. I can tell that you're frustrated. Here's what I did, or here's what I would recommend. And don't be so harsh on yourself. You give peace to this person where there's currently a lot of chaos. They feel like they have to start over again, or they have to lose everything that they've worked for. And it's really starting to make it difficult for them to like be happy or feel like there's a way to fix that, right? Thank you, Third Eye. I appreciate that. Hello, Deborah. How are you doing? So we've got the Seven of Cups in the reverse, the Fool in the reverse, the Four of Wands in the reverse, and the King of Pentacles in the reverse. These are domestic issues. I'm worried I'm going to lose my living place, right? Like I'm going to get kicked out or evicted. Or I'm worried that I'm going to lose my relationship. Or I'm worried that I can't pay the bills that I need to. So we got Four of Wands in the reverse and the King of Pentacles in the reverse. I would feel a lot better if I knew that this was safe, or that this wasn't going to be a problem, or that my car wasn't going to get repoed, you know? They're freaking out. Empress in the reverse. The Hanged Man in the reverse, and the Nine of Swords. There's someone, a friend or a family member, that has let this person down. I guess I haven't really called them anything. Emperor in the reverse could be a good name for them. They have so much going for them. They have a lot of potential, but their insecurity or their like resistance to thinking things through, it keeps them stagnant, or it keeps them from realizing what they need to change or what they need to do. This could be someone who needs to be honest or like come clean about something that they've done. This could be somebody who needs to pay someone back or apologize. And I think you give them advice that enables them to move forward the way that they need to do. This is the What's the News Oracle. Hello, Rotten Rob. How are you doing? What else? Ghost. No closure, cowardice, disappearing act. I think this is the person that walked away. So a friend or a family member, maybe even a spouse, has ghosted this Emperor in the reverse, or has made things much more difficult, like left them holding the bag. And with the rebound, it's like you help this person bounce back. I know generally the rebound is like somebody who's not finished healing from a previous connection, jumping right into a new one. I think this is more so you're able to help someone rebound from a difficult situation by offering the support that someone else has declined to offer. Their best friend, their partner, whoever it is, turned their back on them, didn't want to help them, or felt like something else was more important. And then you're there to help pick this person back up. It's kind of beautiful, actually. I don't know if y'all can tell what I'm doing, but when I pour out some of the wax, when they've been burning for a while, then the candles get brighter. You're probably over there like, is she mixing a cocktail? Like, what is going on? But you see, it's brighter now. Hello, Joseph. How are you doing? Yes, it's true. Nice. What else? We've got, bye, Felicia. Peace and out. Thank you, next. Leaving and not caring. And Bonnie and Clyde. We could have someone who was abandoned or ghosted by a partner and left in a very difficult financial situation. The Bonnie and Clyde, like we were ride or die, us against the world. Everything was great, but then they ghosted me. I feel like they have money problems as a result. And I think you also may have warned this person, like something doesn't seem right about that, or it doesn't seem like they're very trustworthy. Yes, I agree. Fed up, over it, not having it, and frustrated. My boo and key player. I think we have manipulative, like financial abuse type relationship energy here. Now, that could be friendship or family again, keep in mind. But I think you are advising someone to be honest with themselves that maybe someone leaving isn't the worst thing. There might be some unfortunate outcomes, like now you have to pay that person's credit card bill, or now you have to pay for your apartment by yourself because they moved out. But you'll get through this. The important thing is you're not dealing with that person that is untrustworthy anymore. Fuego. Intense passion. Things are heating up. Graduation day and puzzled. So things get really intense in this relationship. There's some not so great decisions being made financially. And I think someone may have been going to school or may have been, working on their professional career, and then they take off. It's like, hey, thanks for paying for my schooling. That was wonderful. I'm going to go off on my own now and not pay you back. So they dip, they leave. And you have an opportunity to help this person process it. Because you're an actual friend and they were dealing with somebody that was fraudulent or fake or lied to them. And they found the receipts now. Now they can't pretend, they can't look the other way or, leverage that benefit of the doubt. It's too obvious. This is the Kipper. What else do we have? Concern, poverty, family room. I'm afraid I'm going to lose my house, or I'm afraid I'm going to get evicted because this person just up and left and I cannot pay for everything myself. Or maybe even feeling like someone got fired when they shouldn't have, but you've gone through something similar. You're able to say, it's okay. I know it seems impossible right now, but this happened to me a year ago and look where I am now. You can figure out how to get to where you need to be. It might have to do with whether or not they have the right job. It might have to do with whether or not they're living in the right place. But I feel you give some advice or some counseling, you help them get grounded, right? You help them realize they can figure it out. Well, that's good, J7. All right. This is the Zodiac fortune telling cards. And then I think we call it a day. What else? True blue in every respect. That's you. You're showing up for someone who really needs a friend. Success in your undertakings this year. Okay, so here's what's happening. You're able to help a friend, or someone you love. You're able to give advice, and I feel like you get some pretty good karma from the situation, and it pays off for you. It's always a good idea to do your best to be generous or caring, supportive of others, as long as you're not sacrificing what you need for yourself, right? but there is a disappointment or a frustration here, and then things start getting better. And I feel like you help your friend figure that out. Happiness from an unexpected source. And we could have someone getting a promotion, being offered a new job, or meeting someone that they fall in love with. So, yeah, I think this person's going to end up doing quite well. They just need a hug from you. They just need a little bit of advice from you. So, all right, I'm going to leave it there. I love you all. Thank you for the likes. Thank you for the subscribes. Thank you for checking out my candles on